Welcome back to Streamline Investigations. We're just going to get into the Streamline messages. Thank you very much for all your support, people. Rachel says, is there more photos of Gus? Like, I've only ever seen one photo of him, which the rest of the world has seen, and it looks like AI. I'm hoping at this stage the child was made up because I refuse to believe he's still lost out there. Uh, it is strange. It is very, very strange. I do think, Rachel, the child does exist, but when he went missing, I think that's the real factor question, to be honest with you. Jajulmi says, what happened to the famous Amber Alert system, which is nationwide? That man they keep referring to as Gus's grandmother, which a whole lot of people are referring to as Trampar, was looking after Gus. The real grandma was out on the farm with her daughter Jessica, Gus's mother, doing sheep work. And as far as having an area fenced off on farm for kids to play in, this is very likely on any farm. I was born and brought up on a farm, and we never had areas like that, and nor did any of our neighbours. Townies have no idea just what it is like living on a farm. They can be dangerous places, and one cannot always be babysitting a child. True, it's true. If the adults are unsure they can give the right amount of attention to a small child, they usually give them something to do near the adults so they can be seen. Okay? I have felt like there is so much more to this case than just what they are releasing to the media. I also see that the women in the household are petrified of that Trampar and his temper. He has a word is law, and if he says say nothing, they comply. The whole situation is something Trampar knows about, but is not telling the truth, allegedly. Were the cadaver dogs even allowed in the house, and why did the dogs not even find a trail? Very strange. Then they should get a warrant. The police should be a lot more harder. Great message, Me. Thank you. Rose Wright says, I wonder what Jess's relationship with her father is like. Does she want to leave the property but can't? Maybe she would like to live with her partner, but family dynamics are too strong. Did someone decide to do something drastic? Yeah, yeah. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Yeah, I agree. Merrily says, my gosh, yeah, it just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? And like I said, Josie, it seems to me it's really showing true colours. Chris has said definitely the Gran Tran. Lindsay says, need to get need to get caught up, Marvin. Could everyone add Duncan new channel, Duncan Smith as trolls got his page down, now childish. Oh yeah, I will need to put that out, sweetheart, at the end of the day. So Trolls have got to his page down. How childish. Wow. I'll definitely look into it, Lindsay, in basically finding Duncan Smith too. I'll find him. I'm sure he will give me a message or something, but I will look for him. Martin Mothy, notwithstanding Ronald Boland's effort, most Aboriginal trackers are tribal Aboriginal from the desert who were the ones some say were called in, who allegedly found no evidence that the young boy had ever been at the homestead. We'll see. He was sold to Baal worshippers as a Halloween sacrifice. Wow. Well, Baal worshippers as a Halloween sacrifice. That is really interesting, Martin. You're not the only one who's actually said that, to be honest with you, that he could have been a sacrifice. Ali Harris, this could to do with a legal affidavit, easy and not much time to complete its statement of truth. Interesting. Morty, 3 hours time loss, zero communication from the family, 6 days to release a photo, no trace, no evidence, very odd. Morty, we've got to look at the facts in what you said there. It's bizarre and it helps. It doesn't help not say nothing. 1972 W. Don is ridiculous. The police went to Joss's house to tell him Gus was missing. There was the SES guy, Jason, who said Joss was with him searching the property and he was distraught over Gus. I'm frustrated over the police handling of the case, but no need to make up nonsense about eagles, etc. Read the Daily Mail article. They said Shannon was at the house and Jonica spoke to her. The reporter said Shannon's alive, Stop making up crazy theories. Look, we've got to look at every aspect in this case, and I don't think it's ridiculous because, like I said, it has been known. I know it seems pretty far fetched, but like I said, eagles have been known to pick up small children. I don't think in this case, personally, I don't think that happened. I think the dynamics between Josh and Josie, there's a big problem there. But like I said, let's just hope that he will be fine soon. But like let's basically try and be respectful to other people that make comments. Jenny says, I think the family should be liable for cost when it's proven that they know what happened. I agree, Jenny, because like I said, I think they've wasted a lot of police time. And I do think the police basically are sort of, being nice, stepping around them a little bit, and they shouldn't. This isn't an intelligent police officer, full stop. They don't give a shit about the children. They just want to turn up to work and get paid, not actually do the work. Department of Child Protection doesn't protect children. Family court are run by the SRA offenders. I haven't seen my daughter for 4 years due to her being kidnapped, and the law doesn't care. They know where she is and who has her, and the court says that I cannot go and get her because she has Stockholm syndrome. Wow, that's not good. It says that she doesn't want to come home after years of brainwashing, of course. She says that. Doesn't change the fact that she is my child, not anyone else's. Well said, Yvette, and I hope one day she does come home and that situation gets resolved. Thank you, sweetheart, for your message. Cheryl says, sorry, don't need to be a fake psycho to figure out the kid didn't walk off the property. No track sent for dogs to pick up. Great point. I agree with you. Cadaver dogs, please. Yeah, you're not the only one. Vens, thank you for being a full member. It seems like the police are protecting Josie and her family. Is Josie so controlling and threatening that anyone is afraid of him? Could they be covering up something? Say that someone in the family is dissocial, narcissist, and a lot of said things can happen, both physical and psychological abuse of power. Also incest, yeah, that has been mentioned as well. It's dysfunctional families that families this can and will happen. Such people have their own laws and believe they have the right to do bad things. I really hope Gus is well taken care of and is alive. Yeah, Vens, I hope so. We've got to really fight for this. Good evening, Vens Photo. Firstly, apologise by my link wasn't so good, perhaps because of living on Dartmoor and Marvin in London. Don is obviously in Australia. It was very good to get Don of the podcast though, and listen to somewhere near. Top priority, which ensure that Gus is safe and well. Agree entirely. The coercise narcissist person who is even built in a bit of an outpowering, and I'm sure on what work I have done. There is more to all, and our thoughts are never been surprised with regard to Shannon. I found through the funeral directors near Sydney that her funeral was on the 1st of September, and the birth dates, etc., all matched. I cross-referenced all the pastoral soil, Ask groups, Shannon's group. The Shannon was a treasurer of Plus the Chapel, where the service was. The person was also not from New Zealand. What I am also checking is the Australia Business Register, which I received last night, and we'll go through it then in detail, as there is also another name in there. Robert's disappearing from that in 2005 reappeared again as Josie in 2015. I will also check the court police orders tomorrow, plus check other records that listeners have kindly sent over. Thank you. Thank you, Ali. A similar incident happened several years ago with a 5-year-old boy. I will look at that, Vens. Thank you very much. So then it could indicate that Shannon is dead, Jesse's mother. This case is getting more and more strange. In the video where Jonica goes to the Oak Park station, we hear a lady in the background twice saying something similar to this. Come off that lady. If the police protect Josie and her family and lying, then that's really bad. I wonder if there's an acquaintance between Josie and someone in the police. I've always said that. That's a really good point, Vens. The world has become corrupt. Many police protect their families, friends, and colleagues. Yeah, I do think that. I do think that is a bit of protection there. Hi again. I'm only going to, Ali says, I'm only going to listen to that again tomorrow now. And we have another live tonight when I only found a while ago, thank goodness, for an app. Hope you have managed a break as well. No one has been either, Shannon or Jessica. This would be reassuring, as we always say, follow the money, and I shall catch up tomorrow. But also looking at the Australian Business Register and after this, by all of the statements, signal, legal statements and truth would be useful. Priority is finding Gus. Yes, it is. The authorities, including the police, now have a budget to keep to. If, for example, they don't spend it, all the allocations before, in the case in the UK in April the 5th, they lose the difference for the following year. You could also be right on the connection. I've just sent an email to the reporter. I know in Adelaide, so hopefully get some more information. As we always say, always follow the money and never be surprised. We'll follow up. I will not doubt, but put up with Marvin when we get verified those answers. Thank you for support and take care, Ali. Thank you, Ali, for that. Thank you again and take care. Thank you, Venge, for your input. Lynn Cook, I think the police will keep details until time is right. It's strange how Gus's mum left the house with the baby, maybe for safety. I'm sure truth will prevail. Send in angel hugs and kisses for little Gus. God bless him. Yeah, thank you, Lynn, for your input there. Melinda says the police are slowly but surely going about eliminating all possibilities of where Gus could be and what happened to him in the attempt to corner, stir and unnerve those that hold the truth. Thank you, Marvin and Ali, for all your good work on caring and trying to help solve dear little Gus's disappearance. Thank you very much, Melinda. Appreciate your support and thank you for the kind words. The Flacker, thank you for your support too. Yes, the police are not stupid. They're playing devil's advocate. They are making the family squirm. Thanks to that brave reporter for exposing that tyrant for the truth. Brute he really is. Yeah, that was really bang out of order. The Flacker, and it makes you think that this person is dangerous. Venz says 2 minutes ago, it seems strange that Josh has something to do with this and isn't speaking out about it, especially when we see how much is being done to find us. Can someone protect them? Do you know what, Vince? I think he may be in police protection or under some kind of police order, because, like I said, I do think is something to do. This is my personal feeling, is that Josh has taken him with a friend and set that up. Don't know how, but it can be done. In basically calling a little boy to come to him. Do you know what I mean? And getting out of there while obviously basically they were busy at the time and the football was on. Maybe that was a really good time to actually take Joss somewhere. It just wouldn't surprise me if Joss is involved. But like I said, what we don't want to do is for him to get done over it, wasting police time. Jenny says Josie pulled out a gun on media and was screaming abuse at the reporter. Police have warned not to go on the property because it's private property. Media spoke to Shannon and then Josie took over when they were leaving. Very, very good point. I still don't know anymore with the kids that hasn't got a phone for photos. Yeah, it's weird. Simply gaming tech. That is really, really, really strange. The Flacker said, let's assume Gus has disappeared. The family would be on every news channel, press talking to the community. Yes, reporters and already would have held press conferences to issue a plea to the public. This is what normal families do, to come forward with any information. And the reporter who has the guts to travel so far would have been welcomed in and answered all questions. But no, the whole family disappears as well. Really, really bizarre. Once again, I do think the police know a little bit more. I really do. Ven says, do you know if the journalist Jonica saw and spoke to Shannon? If this is true, it was mentioned in the video with the links before here. Can Jonica confirm this? This should be confirmed to rule out the question whether she is dead. I think Joss looks very distraught in the picture he posted after Gus has disappeared. Well, Josie takes all the stride and doesn't seem distraught that the boy is gone. The human mind can be a mystery and we react differently. But the fact that Josie seems so calm means that she or he knows more or doesn't have empathy. That's a really good point, Vens. Excellent stuff there. Thank you for this broadcast. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And thank you for watching, Brent, Vens. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ali, as well. Could family members have been silenced by Josie or something else? Or someone was paid to hide Gus because of the bad relationship between Josh and Josie? I wouldn't be surprised, Vens, if the conversation we're having here is that I think Josh knows a little bit more. And like I said, Fed in a real world, I wish he'd done it properly, took his family away. But for some reason, I don't think he trusted his son with Josie. I really don't. The grandpa. It almost seems like the police investigators are protecting the family. I agree. I don't want to realise that something else might have happened, or they know more than they are saying. Definitely. I saw in the comment that Shannon had a son. Not sure if this is true. I wonder why the employees of the farm were asked to leave on Saturday. Could it all be false? If a person is this social narcissist, they also notorious liars because history changes. That's a really, really good point. Very deep. Thank you very much for that. Let's just hope that some information really, really comes in. I think the person who needs to come out for me, if she was in that property, is Shannon, or whoever is living there at the end of the day. Could be another family member that's come to visit. We don't know, but it's quite bizarre. But like I said, I'm sure Ali will contact that Daily Mail reporter and see whether we can sort that out and basically get an information that she actually saw Shannon and confirmed it was her. But it's really, really, really strange. Roman, Ven's photo, thank you very much. Ali Harris, my colleague, thank you. Chris, thank you. Hypno Penguin, thank you, good name. Linda, thank you very much. The Flacker, Karabuka, thank you very much. Linda Davis, Sandra, Ron, brilliant as usual. Simply Gaming Tech, Janny, Dreamwalker, Melinda, brilliant. Lynn Cook, thank you. Vens, brilliant as usual. Yvette, Janny, 1972W. Josma, Morty, thank you for your input. Martin, really good point. Thank you for that. Chris, Marilyn, Rose, Dejulimi, thank you. And Rachel Owen, thank you very much indeed. Much more to come. I am looking for more information. So if anything does come up, I will definitely put it out there. Thank you very much indeed. Take care, people.